Welcome back. There have been numerous Canadian responses to the threat of huge tariffs from the United States. One of them is in the alcohol market. In recent weeks, provinces like Ontario and British Columbia have banned or partially banned products from the United States on some of their store shelves. Are we seeing Canadian breweries benefit? Let's talk about it with Greg Taylor. He's co-founder and chief executive officer of Steam Whistle Brewing. And just by way of disclosure, I want to tell viewers that I personally am a small shareholder of Steam Whistle. The company is not publicly traded. Its shares are in the private domain, and I own a small number of Steam Whistle shares. Greg, thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
I understand it's your 25th anniversary, so congratulations.
It is. Thank you.
We'll get to a bit of that in a moment. First of all, what is this environment like for Steam Whistle? Do you sell any of your product in the United States?
We do not. Just in Canada, across Canada.
Right. Do you source any of your important inputs from the United States?
We do. Cans, aluminum cans are produced in the U.S., the larger format cans, 473 mil cans, and that's making it difficult right now.
Right. Talk to us more about that.
Yeah, so currently those cans are formed in the U.S. and they're shipped across the border. So we have inventory right now, but that will run out soon. And when that happens, we're going to see a 25% increase in those aluminum cans. It could also have a 25% increase effect on the original source of aluminum, so that the tariff could be over 25%.
Lauren.
Sure. Paul, just from an investment standpoint, first of all, the beer market in general in North America has been a pretty flatlining market in terms of demand. How have you experienced that, and have you been able to deal with that type of market?
It's been difficult, Lauren. Beer has been in decline probably for the last 8 years consecutively, so it's tough to grow a brand these days. You've seen ready-to-drink products come into the space and really take up a lot of market share. But we're surviving. You have to be efficient, you have to be creative, and you have to be resilient. And fortunately, we have all that at Steam Whistle. It's a fight every day when you get up in the morning, and these type of trade wars, for example, are not helping us at all.
And maybe talk to me, because it was interesting, you made an acquisition of Bose Brewing in Ottawa. What was the reasoning behind that acquisition?
So we came out of COVID with capacity because restaurant volume had gone way down and it really hasn't recovered. So we looked to acquire another brewer, similar size to ours, that we could utilize in our facility to increase capacity and put us in a position where we're fiscally healthy again.
And would we expect to see any future acquisitions in the near term, or do you think you're basically done now because you're operating near capacity?
We do have more capacity. We'd have to invest to expand, but we're always interested in looking at potential partners in the craft space.
Are you open to a takeover from a larger brewer? That is often the exit strategy of small breweries.
That's not why I get up in the morning, I can tell you that. Definitely our team comes into work to make Steam Whistle Canada's premium Pilsner. So it's not really something we think about. You never know what happens in the future, but we're just focused on being the best.
And would you ever consider doing, an IPO? Do you think there might be a need for capital at some point in time, or is it not in the cards, in immediate cards? Yeah,
I've had some experience with an IPO with the Upper Canada Brewing Company. It did not go well. We don't think that the current environment is conducive to an IPO, so if we're looking for cash, we would look elsewhere.
You've got one product that's most identifiable, Steam Whistle itself, and those the green cans and the green packages. So what's it like marketing a single product? How do you manage the marketing of a single product?
We've been fortunate with do one thing really, really well. It's a great message. People understand it. We're focused on becoming Canada's premium beer, and as a result, we've become the largest single craft brand across Canada. It's gone well, but as Lauren suggested, it still is a fight every day.
And just back to imports, I neglected to ask you, what about barley and hops? Are they sourced within Canada? Do they come from outside the country? Do they come from the U.S.?
Fortunately, barley, which is the large ingredient for us, comes from Canada, but hops are different varieties of hops. A lot of them do come from Europe. So that currently isn't affecting us, but we'll see.
Do you stand to benefit at all from U.S. beer being taken off the shelves of some Canadian liquor stores?
The only U.S. beer that's off the shelves in liquor stores in Ontario is beer that's actually brewed and packaged in the U.S., so it's a small amount. What we're benefiting from is this nationality that's hit Canada. Canadians are buying Canadian products, and we are Canada's premium beer. That has really helped us for sure.
You're a private company, so you don't issue public financial statements. What can you tell us about the company's finances? Is it profit? Is profit growing?
We're in a great position. We had a great year last year, one of our best ever, actually. So, we've learned.
Does that mean profit?
That means profit. It's important to have profit. If you're not profitable, people are going to lose their jobs, right? So we're always focused on being profitable, and our bank partners want to see that.
Greg Taylor, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Greg Taylor is the Chief Executive Officer and co-founder